This is the spring 2022 issue of the BVA Bulletin, Volume 77, Number 2. Joseph D. McNeil, Sr. of Columbus, Georgia, is the National President of the Blinded Veterans Association. Paul Mims of Kansas City, Missouri, is the new Interim National Vice President appointed by the National Board of Directors. The National Secretary is Elizabeth Holmes of Midland, Georgia, and Tracy Farrow of Biloxi, Mississippi, is the duly elected National Treasurer. Serving as district directors are the following: Leon Collier of Elmont, New York, representing District 1. Brian Harris of Homewood, Illinois, Director of District 2. Calvin Poole of Memphis, Tennessee, the Interim Director of District 3, and Kenneth Assam of Newhall, California, serving as Interim Director of District 4. Darrell Goldsmith of Pensacola, Florida, leads District 5, while Kevin Jackson of Austin, Texas, is the Director of District 6. The immediate past president is Dr. Thomas M. Perry of Pearland, Texas. Additional appointed officers are National Chaplain Dr. Ron Lester of Tucson, Arizona, and National Sergeant-at-Arms Brian O'Connell of Greenville, South Carolina. Blinded Veterans Association auxiliary officers are as follows: President Sandy Krasnodemsky of Allen Park, Michigan, Vice President Edna Kirksey Dixon of Bay Minette, Alabama, Secretary Sherry Harris Bates of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Treasurer Benjamin Holmes from Midland, Georgia. Patricia Hale of Wenatchee, Washington, serves as the auxiliary reporter and is the author of the Auxiliary's View column for this issue. Bva staff members serving the association's membership nationwide consist of Executive Director Donald D. Overton, Jr., National Service Director for Veterans Benefits and Policy James R. Vale, and Veterans Service Program Deputy Director Dwayne Driscoll. Working with James and Dwayne is National Service Officer Marlene Davis Lilly. The BVA Administrative Director is Bridget Jones, and the Director of Development is Meredith Buono de Grossa. Andrea Malmer is the Deputy Director of Development. Stuart Nelson and Kylie Fitzgerald are the respective Director of Public Relations and Deputy Director, and are the editors of this issue of the Bulletin. Joe Bogart is the newly appointed Director of Community Relations. The Information Technology Specialist and Webmaster is Jordan Chesley. BVA's national headquarters is located at 1101 King Street, Suite 300, Alexandria, Virginia, 22314. The official mailing address of the association is now P.O. Box 90770, Washington, D.C. 20090. Each full-time headquarters staff member can be reached by dialing 202-371-8880 or toll-free 1-800-669-7079, and by then following prompts that connect the caller to the correct individual or team. Email communication will be forwarded to the appropriate recipient when sent through BVA's general mail address, bva@bva.org. The Bulletin is published quarterly by and for all blinded veterans. There is no charge to receive the print version of the publication, which is available upon request of the national headquarters to any interested individual or organization. Requests for multiple copies will also be honored whenever possible. An audio compact disc version is mailed to BVA members upon specific request. Other formats include a web-based narrated audio version with image descriptions, a PDF replica of the print version, and a descriptive email version transmitted as a Word document. Contents of this issue of the Bulletin are divided into the following section headings: President's Page by Joseph D. McNeil, Sr., Legislative Update by James R. Vale, Executive Director's Message by Donald D. Overton, Jr., Full Throttle Forward for Nation's Capital Convention by Meredith Buono de Grossa and Bridget Jones, Joe Burns, Loyal BVA Servant Leader by Stuart Nelson, Volunteering and You by Tracy Farrow, Louisiana, Mississippi RG Spreads Braille Flag Cheer by Gary Scholerman, Around BVA, Auxiliaries View by Patricia Hale, Veterans Service Program Update by Dwayne Driscoll, My First Convention by Meredith Buono de Grossa, Chaplain's Corner by Dr. Ron Lester, Of Note, Letters to the Editor, In Remembrance, and the customary final thought. The cover of this, the spring 2022 issue of the Bulletin, features a photo taken from a floor high up in a building of the Federal Triangle area of the nation's capital. It is a sunny day with only a few fluffy cumulus clouds in a very blue sky. The photo looks directly down at several buildings in the area and offers a view of the Washington Monument from a northeast angle rarely seen in photos of the National Mall area of Washington, D.C. To the right of the monument is the barely visible World War II Memorial, and to the even more distant right, a tiny portion of the Lincoln Memorial. The trees and shrubs in the depiction are dark green, implying a late spring or the summer months. Below the photo is the following text on 2 lines. BVA 77th National Convention, August 22 through 26, 2022. The descriptive cover caption, located on the second page of the Bulletin's paper version, elaborates on the photo as follows. Attendees of the BVA 77th National Convention may have occasion during their stay to visit the Federal Triangle, created in the 1930s and still known today as one of the greatest building projects ever undertaken by the U.S. federal government. Located some 12 blocks from the Hyatt Regency Washington on Capitol Hill, the historic triangular area is formed by 4 city streets and includes 10 large city and federal office buildings. Other points of interest in the District of Columbia, along with details surrounding the upcoming convention, are presented in this issue of the Bulletin.